So this is the night before our regional. Here we are play testing. I'm not so sure if we're actually going to play the deck that we are playing for our regional. We decided to come and play Mimighoul just to give it a try. It's been a while since we have touched the deck, since Dominus Impulse was a really big card in the meta. But now that it's kind of just like wavered a bit here and there, we decided to give it another shot. So we are play testing it, seeing how it goes. And so far, it has not been pretty bad. What's up? Hi! So that was my round one. Round one, we played against Purrely, and it has been a hot minute since we have played Purrely. Game one, we set up a board under Droll. It wasn't great, but we were able to control the tempo, and we just kind of had it, but then we didn't, so we ended up taking it. Game two, we sided in. Or no, we did take it in game one. Game two, he took it. Yeah. I took it in game two. He took it in game two. We went to game three. I went full kind of combo just to keep him under bay. We were able to stop him, and we were able to take it in time. We were able to do some damage, and we took it. So that's that. Round two, we played against. What did we play against? And it's funny because we just got out of round two. Oh, we played against Labrynth, a deck that mine isn't configured for at the moment. Game one, we just full combo, set our board. He just couldn't break it. We were able to establish, break through the board. We also played shifter. So game two, once they established the board, it's hard to break. Game three, we established our better board. We just controlled the tempo just like Mimighoul does. We swung in for heavy damage and then burned for the rest. So we are 2-0 in 5 rounds. So we got 3 more to go. Round 3, we play against Ragnaraika. So I was not expecting that. We win the die roll, go first. We are able to establish our board. I realized we both misplayed. This definitely would have changed the game state a bit. He had a face down on his field. He couldn't normal summon his sword, and because I had Dungeon Live. So that was a misplay on both of us. It would have changed up a bit. I still win game one. Game two, he goes first. We shifted. He calls by shifter. And then we had ogre. So we were able to ogre his board. He wasn't able to crack it. We had talent. We had thrust for talent to take. And we just broke apart his board with SP, with whatever Mimighoul stuff we had. And we were able to just slowly grind out the game and take it. So we are 3-0 with 2 rounds left. Let's see how far we can go. So I decided to test after round 4. So round 4, we played against Malice, a deck that we were very interested to see how this deck would pair up against. We win the die roll, go first. We were able to set up a board. We had Tick-Boo, so I mean that said it all. Game 2, he went first. Could not crack the Abao Nightmare Griffin lock. It was just, or no. Q normal Chessie went Chessie effect, and I ashed it on Chessie, and he set pass, and we just cleared it on the cloud. So I mean, we were able to take it 2-0 in that one. Round 5, we play against Ragnaraika Fiendsmith. So the second Ragnaraika matchup of the night. We win the die roll, go first, but we're not able to establish the best of boards under the myriad of hand traps he threw my way, and he just OTK straight through me. We were on like top deck mode, and oh no, he went first. He established his board. We didn't have a lot of hand traps to respond with other than shifter, so yep, that was that. And then game 2, we went first. We couldn't establish through the hand traps. That's how it went. And yeah, he just threw the board. We were on top deck, and we needed any Mimighoul monster, and we drew into Tactics. So the one copy of Tactics, mind you. So we ended up taking the L when he OTKs me on his turn. So ending the night 4-1 on Mimighoul, it's not too bad, honestly. For being rogue, pretty good. Just waiting for the rest of the duels to be announced to see where we place in standings. So at the end of the night, 2nd place out of 17. So I'm pretty happy with how Mimighoul's did. Let's head back to the studio and I'll show you the deck profile that we used. All right, you guys, so here is the profile that we went with tonight. overall, I'm really proud and happy with how it turned out. Some of the things are going to look a little weird, but they do make sense in the long scheme. To start off with the Mimighoul, we are playing just one copy of Mimighoul Master, 3 copies of Mimighoul Dragon, 3 copies of Archfiend, 3 copies of Fairy, and 1 Slime, and 1 Armor to round out the main deck. In the past, I did play 2, but we decided to test out with 1, and so far, like, 1 worked. We never really needed the second one. As for our spells, we do play 3 copies of Mimighoul Dungeon, 3 copies of Mimighoul Maker, which I decided to up from 2 to 3, and then we decided to try out the 1 copy of Mimighoul Charm, which came up during the lab matchup, which was very surprising. Otherwise, every other matchup I just decided it out. And then 3 copies of Mimighoul Room for our traps that we play for Mimighoul. So overall, I think this is like a pretty standard Mimighoul line of play, just having those. And the rest is non-engine. So we do play 2 copies of Triple Tactics Thrust with 1 talent as our target. The amount of times that I saw talent in my hand over thrust is remarkable. You know, you would think you'd see the thrust over the talent, but I saw talent way more than I saw thrust, which is crazy. The 1 copy of Featherstorm, so this is where things get funny, and then the 1 copy of There Can Be Only One. So the Featherstorm play a neat card, or a lot of neat cards in the extra deck that are Winged Beast, so they work, which is surprising. For Featherstorm, you know, thrust to set Featherstorm, and you just play like it's a normal day. And for hand traps, we do play 3 copies of Nadir the Primal Being, 3 copies of Shifter because we don't care about the graveyard, 3 copies of Ash, 3 copies of Imperm, and then 1 Bestial Magnemite. So that's pretty much our hand trap lineup and our main deck. Moving to our side, we play a lot of XCs, so this is going to be of no surprise. We are playing an F-Zero package with F-Zero Tropic Future and Utopia Future. 1 Ensemble Robin and 1 Assembled Nightingale. Never came up tonight. Nightingale did, but it just got bounced back. We play 1 Ripplebird, which is like the MVP of our extra deck. Freaking insane. We do play 1 Mimighoul Throne, 2 Giant Mimighoul, 1 Downerd, 1 Typhon, 1 Zeus. I would definitely love to up Zeus and Typhon to 2, but just none of the cards at the moment. We do play 1 Anima, 1 IP, 1 SP, and then 1 Access Code. Honestly, the links never really came up. SP came up once, but otherwise we were mainly just playing into Exceeds, which I'm glad no one deburied. Moving on to the side deck. The side deck definitely could use some work, but I liked how it played for the most part. We did play 3 copies of Fantastical Dragon Phantasme, 3 copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, 3 copies of Deck Lockdown, 3 copies of Book of Eclipse, 1 copy of D-Barrier, 1 Different Dimension Ground, and 1 copy of Easily Matched. So I think these were all pretty good side cards. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit was a definite MVP alongside Deck Lockdown. Seeing both of those were just really good. Never saw Phantasme until the Malice matchup, but even then we never saw it. But overall, like, pretty happy with how the side was. But yeah, that is the Mimighoul deck profile that we played tonight. Again, I loved it. It is a really good rogue. With the meta being the way it is, I think this has some mad potential, especially since Dominus Impulse is seeing a low play. But that's it, everyone. We'll pass it over to you.